one game away. Blow up. We're playing for something, man. We're playing for something. It's gotta mean something to you. It gotta mean something. Everything you got. Everything you got. Let's finish this.
Do it, fellas.
Let's go.
Let's do it, fellas.
Finish 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. Finish.
You view this season as a failure?
Oh my God. Okay, because I'm not that up. You asked me the same question last year, Eric. Okay. Do you get the promotion every year on your job? No, right? So every year you work is a failure. Yes or no? No. Every year you work towards something, towards a goal, right? Which is to get a promotion, to be able to take care of your family, to be able, I don't know, provide the house for them or take care of your parents. You work towards a goal. It's not a failure. It's steps to success.
You ready to make history? Come on now. Yeah. You know, there's these two words. And when I say them, people get goosebumps cause they know what happens next. So without further ado,
free smoke.
Look, scared cause I'm drowning in silence with bad thoughts. These days I don't have nothing to say, man, the bag talks. I put in headphones on my driver. Pull up to the spot and give a good dick and Godiva. I can't lie, I'm uninspired. No more pillow talking about nonsense. I only stick around to put some band-aids on my conscience. I don't know why I feel so bad, nigga. That's what we do, no foundation. We don't build no more, we just screw. Half a bottle of Henny, girl, I'm going with the wind. The same niggas say they happy for me, ain't want me to win. So I'm done on my friends. Don't need help popping Coronas and reminiscing. I just call up Big Bro J and say it's time for venting. If I live forever, I hold this hate for some centuries. You don't know how much or how you doing what it meant to me, but motherfuck all that. I don't even offer up the time to make the call back. Stupid Lodo, if they don't get the picture now, man, I crop them out of the photo. I can't relate to my peers. Been doing this shit for years. I'm motivated by fears. I took the wheel and I steer. My sound not dictated by fuck boys in Atlanta. Stay gifted like this album was ghost written by Santa Bars forever, like they decided to throw me under Slammer. Every song's a hit like they picture me underhanders. I could drop 1,000,000 songs, but they never gon' understand us. Soapbox sermons for niggas never giving chances. Fight our whole lives to get these weak ass advances. Work twice as hard for the shit that they getting handed. And this ain't even nothing we chose, nigga, we branded. Still can't tell why all of these niggas mad at me. I'm trying to get 100 so I can put my team on salary. Give it all to the art, man, I turn my life to a gallery. Man, damn, what a fucked up masterpiece. 1,100 shots and I swear, man, I felt them all. If we ain't even good on our block, man, who can we call? Pre-decline state of mind, we broke crabs in the barrel. Got us fighting our folk, man, this shit just a life of peril.
They've had every opportunity to make this right. And they won't. And I'm like holding my breath. I'm waiting for the other cleat to drop in Baltimore. Like, are you guys going to do it now?
Hell, I might send him a bouquet.
Seriously.
Because Skip, here's the thing, okay? He comes in, Flacco get hurt, he playing bad anyway. He comes in, he leads them to the playoffs. The next year, he wins the MVP. The next year, he takes them back to the playoffs and wins the playoff game. So what else do you need to see before you give this man his money? So he plays last year, okay? You don't give him his money. And now, you're in the playoff with Lamar. We in the playoff, bro. Ooh, we good, Lamar. No, we not good. And we not going to be good until you break bread. Make the money right.
Yo. Straight up, now tell me, do you really want to love me forever? Or is it just the hit and what worked out for me? What, girl, we got a good thing. Don't know if I'm going to see you again. Yo, how are we doing tonight? Game 1 of the NBA Finals. We got to talk about it, but listen. I want to know how y'all day going, to be completely honest with you. How's the day? I hope the day is dope. I hope, you told somebody you love them, you fucked with them. Life is short. Take advantage of the opportunities. Now listen, we got to talk about some things. We're going to talk about the NBA Finals. Obviously, Denver takes game 1 in Denver. It was funny when they was in Denver because they was going around showing all the celebrities in Denver. And aside from most of the celebrities being athletes that they show every time, Peyton Manning, Russell Wilson, they were showing a bunch of other people who I couldn't tell you their name off the top of my head. I could tell you where I done seen them from. They had a little Asian dude from The Hangover. I can't remember his name. I just know in the back of one of his, I think he was on that show Community where he was in the back and he yelled, "Yay!" I think that's him. He was definitely in The Hangover. But I couldn't tell you his name, to be completely honest with you. But listen, that was funny to me. I was like, where are all the real celebrities at? But that's no disrespect. It's just, as been a Laker fan for my whole life. I'm just used to them showing motherfuckers like Denzel, and Jack Nicholson. Even though, listen, Jack Nicholson big to you, not to me. I don't watch Jack Nicholson. So, they show him. I have the same effect but after seeing him so many times, sitting courtside at a Laker game. But then, all the celebrities, any new musical artist that blow up, you're going to see him at a Laker game eventually. Lizzo was at a Laker game. I don't know if Glorilla done been the one, but it's a good chance. Mostly all the new celebrities always go to the Laker games, unless they fans of a different team. But it's very rare that they, it's either LA or New York. It's one of the two. But shout out to Denver, bro. My only problem with Denver is these hideous colors, bro. I hate these colors. I said the same thing about Utah. I don't know why you would switch from such vibrant, bright colors. Rather than changing the style and how you have the colors laid out, you decide to go to these ugly, dark tones and shit. And I couldn't understand that for the life of me. But shout out to Utah, because I believe they brought their bright colors back. Cleveland, God, hideous jerseys. Cleveland got an ugly court, ugly jerseys, ugly colors. It's ridiculous. The NBA need to step in and do something about this. Dead serious. They got to step in and do something about this. But yo, let's get into the show. Shout out to my guy Harry, bro, who always listening. That's my guy right there, man. I'm telling you. Harry, when we blow up, bro, you best believe when we get a studio and we chilling in the studio, chopping it up on these shows every day, you gonna have a role, my guy. You gonna be on the team because you the realest. You is absolutely the realest. But let's get into the show. So we also got to talk about Shannon Sharp. The news broke a couple days ago, I think like 2 days ago, that Shannon Sharp was leaving Undisputed on FS1. It's kind of crazy. As much as I done said Shannon is big enough at this point to where he can go off and, start to do other things, not necessarily step away from sports talk, debate and all that type of stuff, but where he could be on a different show or on a different network or do a different opportunity where he don't have to work with Skip anymore, where he don't have to be under Skip. Because listen, anybody who don't watch Skip long enough, when Skip and Colin Cowherd was the first two over there at FS1 to build up that network, bro, as they should be, they're going to be loyal. Now, granted, Shannon was on Fox for a long time. He was just on the NFL shows. But they're going to be loyal to Skip and Colin Cowherd. And I understand that. However, at what point in time was Shannon supposed to eventually go off? Because Shannon done become big time. Like, everybody referred to him as Uncle Shay. I mean, every time he got an opinion on something that's trending on Twitter, he done become bigger than Skip Bayless in the pop culture world. Skip Bayless is big only because people hate him. And I don't really like saying people who is big because they are hated are big. I just think they're notorious for being hated. But regardless, Skip is one of the biggest names in sports broadcasting and sports media. Now, I'm not taking nothing away from Skip. Skip ain't my cup of tea. I'm not going to disrespect Skip, but I'm pretty sure Skip is a good person. But to sit in I don't think it's a show to Skip Bayless on as many good points as he could make at times. His devotion to his bias and to the things that he loved, that he will never move off of those points unless he being sarcastic or something like that. It's not fun to watch. It's not. I always think these shows should be, yes, they should be entertaining because you're trying to get ratings and things like that. But at what point in time do we need them to be educational also, where people is actually learning something? You know what I'm saying? Like, where do the debates become deeper than just who better and things like that? When do we begin to break down games in the film on what you see and things like that? And I understand you trying to get ratings, so having two motherfuckers yell at each other the whole show is, it's top tier entertainment for a lot of people. But I don't watch debate shows all the way through. I watch so many different clips and shows and parts of shows. I rarely watch a show all the way through nowadays because most of them is ridiculous. But Skip was always going to run all of Undisputed. He was the first. He was one of the first in FS1. Undisputed was built around him. And so Shannon was always going to have a ceiling that he couldn't surpass. He was always going to only be able to become so big, so powerful on a show where Skip was always going to have all the power. He was going to micromanage every element of the show from what people say. And I believe it because why wouldn't he? That's his baby. But if you Shannon, that's why I kept saying, like, Shannon have to understand he big enough to move on. Like, it's going to be ignorant people out there who say, oh, he ain't getting as many views as he did when he was on Undisputed. I don't understand why people love to compare mom and pop stores to McDonald's. It's absolutely ridiculous. Excuse me. Bless me. And I'm not calling Shannon a mom and pop store, but I'm saying in a comparison to whatever he'll do, if it's not on Fox FS1, then obviously he won't get the viewership and numbers that he could possibly get if he was on those shows. But he still have a following and a fan base where he can, and he big enough now. Everybody know who Shannon Sharp is. You see the guests he get on his show, Club Shay Shay. He a big enough name to where you just straight up don't have to sit across from a dude who's going to be so childish to snoop to the levels that he snooped to and Skip Bayless. Bless me. To snoop to the levels that he done snooped to on multiple occasions where he done disrespected Shannon on live TV. It's just, at what point was Shannon supposed to just not, bless me, evolve past that? Like, and I truly believe the only reason somebody in Skip's position would ever talk to, the only reason he would talk to Shannon the way he do, or to anybody the way he talked to him, because listen, Skip done got into it with damn near everybody. Jenny Taft. So I see we having a sneeze attack. And the FS1 not gonna put him in his place. I mean, it just is what it is. They're not gonna reprimand Skip. They're not gonna fire him. They're gonna go to Skip. They're gonna say, "Hey, you want to apologize?" He gonna say no. They're gonna say okay. They're gonna go to Shannon. They're gonna say, "Hey, man, Skip not gonna apologize, so we gonna need for you to let it go." And at some point in time, when you big enough, you're not gonna put up with shit like that. And so, shout out to Shannon. Cause like I said, bro, I don't know. Well, I couldn't have done it. I already know I couldn't have sat across from somebody who got that wild with the lip for no reason. Just because I'm telling you what I see. And I'm fighting to sneeze, y'all. I'm fighting to sneeze. And it's coming. It's ridiculous. Sometimes these sneezing frenzies come and you can do nothing about them, but we truck through. But I don't know how long Shannon was supposed to put up with that. If I was Shannon, I would have left a while ago. Clearly you could see, and it's a big opportunity for Shannon to be on this show. So you could clearly see this was eventually, this got to him. Eventually it built up and he was ready to leave. He said, you know what? I can't do it no more. I appreciate Skip. And this is what, and I'm probably going to play that clip. It's when Shannon was talking about Lamar Jackson, when he said, you drafted me, but I done paid you back for that. I look at this the same way. Shannon can always appreciate Skip Bayless for choosing him to work with. But at the end of the day, if this is a lifetime I owe you, it's not slavery, my boy. Okay? This not Massa choosing his favorite slave. We still grown men who gotta produce to for this to work. Like if Shannon didn't become what he is, this don't work. So this is not an I owe you forever. It's what y'all idiots be trying to say for players every time they drafted you. Yeah, that's because I had no choice. If I was going to the league, I had to be drafted. I don't get to just choose what team I want to go to. It don't work like that. I have to get drafted. And so I look at it the same way when it comes to Shannon and Skip. Yes, you gave me a great opportunity, but I done paid you back for that tenfold by doing and being great at my job. Me being great at my job, showing up, it's made the show great. It's made you great. It's made the host great. People done shine because we were great. Joy Taylor, Jenny Taft, so many others that done come on the show. So shout out to Shannon, man. I thought it was that time to personally. And only because I'm never gonna tell somebody to walk away from big bread. I'm never gonna do that unless your character is being compromised or tested and you constantly being disrespected. Because there's some things that money just won't let you turn a blind eye to. Yeah, if you don't have it, you more prone to, you know what I'm saying? I'm not rich. I'm nowhere near. So when I finally get an opportunity to make some real money, it's some shit I might let slide because I want to make some real money. I want to get an opportunity to build my brand, to become big enough so where I can leave this eventually one day and go to bigger opportunities. So yeah, I'm going to be prone to taking some shit that I probably would not take. But when you get to the level that Shannon Sharp is on, you no longer have to take shit. You no longer have to work with somebody who disrespects you twice a week and sometimes 3. You don't have to do that no more. Will you make the money you made at Fox or on this show? Who knows? But to be able to work with somebody else or to just do something else where you have more freedom, more creative control, and won't be disrespected on a regular basis and then told to suck it up and deal with it because he's our guy and he did give you an opportunity. That's ridiculousness. That's what y'all do to athletes all the time, though, so I'm not shocked. But let's talk about this NBA Finals, man. The coughing has surpassed us. Nothing but a bunch of mucus now. I mean, the sneezing. And listen, bro, I got some things to say. White women who wear red fingernail polish scare me and make me feel uncomfortable. Black women who wear red fingernail polish also make me feel like, why? They don't really make me feel scared or uncomfortable, but they just make me question, why did you not choose a better color to complement your beautiful melanin skin than that ugly cherry red color? I ain't even mad if you do like some light type of red, like some new age type of matte. I used to fuck around with this female who used to always go get her. I fucked around with a couple females who used to get their nails done a lot. But specifically one of them, well, 2 of them actually used to always go get their nails done. And they was like nail connoisseurs, bro. But they didn't do the long nail shit. They didn't do that long nail shit. They wasn't fans of that. But they used to do like matte and all these other type of things. I didn't even know what matte was. But then one of them put me onto that matte. I don't get my nails polished. I would never do that. But just what matte looked like. And so when I'm in a video playing video games, bro, I be using that matte tone for everything, bro. That matte clean, matte black. Oh my God. And I know everybody do the white fingernail polish. All the women do the white fingernail polish. I just want y'all to know though, it's still some great colors out there. You know what I'm saying? I'm not hating on the white fingernail polish. I done messed around with a lot. I done been involved with a lot of females who use white fingernail polish and toe polish. And that's the key, bro. If you got bad feet, bro, kill yourself. Okay, so getting into, and that was for females, but getting into this game 1 of the Western Conference of the NBA Finals. Listen, give me a minute. I would like to tell you that I'm shocked that Miami lost game 1, but I am not. Listen, they just got out of a game 7. Denver is a different type of beast. They well rested. They've had 9 days off. I expected Denver was going to come in and look rusty at points, but be good. They're a good enough team to where I think that I thought they would still find a way to win the game. Now, if you've been listening to me throughout the entirety of the playoff series, you know how I feel about Denver. I think that's the best team in the NBA. I think they got the best player in the NBA. But I still picked against them in this series. Not because of anything that Denver lack. I absolutely love this team. I love Nikola Jokić. Unbelievable team. I just went against them because my cousin picked Denver. So I picked Jimmy Butler. And because I could talk up a reason as to why I could confidently pick him, confident is a strong word. Let me say this. It's not a thing of confidence because at no point in time will I ever think that Denver is not the better team in this series. It's more of I could hype myself up every game for going for Miami. With everything I don't like about the Miami Heat, because I love Jimmy Bucket so much, aka Mr. Buckets, it was never gonna be a problem for me to be able to root for him. And so I'm going for Miami in this series. So throughout the process of these videos and the shows of us talking about the NBA Finals, I'm going for Miami. And I'm not gonna switch my pick. I'm just sync with the ship. Even though I could have very well gotten on the Denver ship based off of all the analysis and whatnot I'm to talk to you about. But you know what I'm saying? Stand on the hill, die on it. You know what I'm saying? Even if you're a dumbass for doing it. But we saw Steph Curry lift up a Warriors team. As good as they were not better than that Boston team, in my opinion, last year. But Steph Curry was that dude. So he found a way. Steph Curry lost game 1 last year. Even worse, they lost it in Golden State. So it's not the end for Miami. It's like I told my homie at work today. He asked me, is you scared? Is you ready to switch sides? I say, because my homie also picked Denver. I said, no, I told you Miami in 7, which meant Miami had to lose at least 3 games to get to 7. The math is still mathing, my guy. Like, what the hell? The math don't stop mathing until Denver pick up 4 before 7 games. So we good. But listen, a lot of things I saw in this game, but this was the most interesting one. The size differential. Miami run this small lineup with Caleb Martin, Max Strus, and Gabe Vincent. With Bam Adebayo playing the center position. That is a problem. When you're going up against Denver, Jamal Murray was bigger than the dudes that was guarding him. I mean, he dunking on dude. Like, Aaron Gordon got like 12 easy points. The easiest points he done probably got in the NBA because he got point guards guarding him. Not even big guards, just small point guards guarding him, trying to stop him from just bullying him down low with no help because you can't leave Jokić. And that's the problem that's presented itself for Miami. For a lot of the other teams that's done faced, and this is a problem that the Golden State would have faced, but for the most part, size haven't been an advantage for the Denver Nuggets. Minnesota wasn't at a size disadvantage. The Lakers weren't at a size disadvantage. The Heat are at a size disadvantage. And so that do scare me because now you give the Nuggets got the better system. They got to me, God knows I love Jimmy Butler, but they got the better of the best. When you look at the 2 best players on each team, they got the best player in Jokić. They got the better offensive system. They got the better shooters. They got the better others. So they got the better coach in Miami. Miami do got the better coach, but Mike Malone ain't no slouch. So now that you also add in they have a size advantage, that's going to be tough for Miami. And Miami definitely going to have to. Miami not going to get an easy win in this series. The only way I think they get any type of win where they can relax towards the end of a game is if they find a way to really. I don't believe Miami's game plan should be to stop Nikola Jokić. You can't stop Nikola Jokić. Nobody has stopped Nikola Jokić. But you can stop Murray and Porter. You can slow down the others. And if you figure out how, and the only reason I know that is because a team who I did not think would pick up a win in a series, picked up 2. and that was the Phoenix Suns. I did not think Minnesota would pick up a win. They picked up a win. And it's because they found ways to slow down Jamal Murray and Michael Porter. When you can make those two dudes mind you, they really didn't. Michael Porter did not have a great game. Jamal Murray was good. He done had better games. Jokić, it don't matter. Jokić is great regardless of what the stats say, bro. This dude's unbelievable. But when you find ways to make those two dudes struggle scoring the ball, when you make it so like Phoenix made it where they just shooting up duds the entire game, that's how you figure out ways to beat the team. Now, it don't help when Max Strus missed like his first 40 fucking shots. And obviously I'm exaggerating a bit, but when Max Strus started off shooting the ball so poorly and Miami was getting good looks, that's why it's tough for me to say, oh, well, you know, Denver missed a lot of shots. I mean, well, when people say Miami missed a lot of shots, if they had it, Denver missed a lot of shots that they gonna hit in these other games also. Like Caldwell Pope, Bruce Brown will hit more shots than they miss in this series more than likely. Michael Porter will probably miss more shots than he hit, but he will still make a lot of shots. Jamal Murray will also probably miss more shots in this. Nah, Jamal Murray can get on a heater where he have a couple games where he just going off, but that's where Miami going to have to make a difference. I don't think you can do anything about Nikola Jokić. I think the way you slow him down is by stopping the other dudes. And if you let the other dudes go off by putting too much emphasis on trying to stop Nikola Jokić, then you at a loss. Because where Giannis is a dude where it's like, if you just stop Giannis, you probably win the game because you stop the team. Nikola Jokić do so much shit to where him not scoring don't make a difference. He can still beat you by not scoring the ball. Not to mention, eventually when you wear down, the thing that Nikola Jokić do to me that is the reason he is the toughest guard in the NBA right now, his post game. He have a legitimate, bona fide 10 out of 10, 99 rated post game. He can go over both shoulders. He can hit a fadeaway. He can hit a turnaround. He can take anybody down low and score on them. Nikola Jokić, the only thing I don't see the dude do on a consistent basis is dunking on people. And that's, you really should be sad because that would mean he just dominates you like Shaq. This dude legitimately dominating you with your just pure skill, son. Just pure skill. It's unreal. Miami tried to get back in the game last night. They kept fighting because that's what Miami do. Every time they got the lead down to 10 points, Jokić just hit another shot, and then another shot, and then another shot. The dude is inevitable. He is unreal. I am literally in amazement every time I look at Nikola Jokić play. I am just stunned that somebody is this great. I'm telling you, for me, he is Pau Gasol 2.0. He Pau Gasol on the most ridiculous steroids you could find. It's ridiculous. That's how great this dude is to me. And so if they don't figure out a way to stop, their plan should not be to figure out a way to stop Nikola Jokić. It should be a way to stop others. It's like when you want to stop Steph Curry, obviously either you do the boxing one bullshit or you just make sure nobody else can get off. You say, fuck it. Curry can go now. Obviously Curry can still beat you in a game where just he go off because he got that scoring capability. We done seen him do it. We done seen KD do it. We done seen Bron do it. However, when you can stop the others, it make it very difficult for that one star to be phenomenal. And Jokić can't score off on a clip like a LeBron, a Curry, a KD, a Jason Tatum. He better than Jason Tatum. I don't know why I put Jason Tatum in that conversation with him. My bad, Yoke. But because he couldn't score off on a clip because obviously he's not the shooter that those do. He a better shooter than LeBron than most people probably, but he clearly couldn't go off on a clip the way that because LeBron's still the athlete that's flying through the air and shit like that in his prime. So because of that, to me, you gotta stop the others, bro. Because Jokić is inevitable. He's inevitable. You ain't stopping him. But if you can stop Murray, if you can stop Porter, if you can stop Caldwell Pope, if you can stop Bruce Brown, and obviously they're going to hit shots. It's a great team. They're going to hit shots. But you cannot let them have moments where they just I tell you, they remind me so much of Golden State, how they can just reel off a shit ton of points in just seconds, bruh. It's like, bro, the game was just a 10-point game. They was just down 10, son. They are up 15. Like, that's the type of scoring capabilities that the Denver Nuggets have, to a lesser degree. Clearly not to the level that those Warriors had it at. But Miami going to have, and obviously, I'm not one of them people who are going to get mad at Jimmy Butler for having games where, you know, I do think if Jimmy Butler was on his A game last night, it'd make a big difference. But, I mean, the dude got to carry this team on a nightly basis, bro. So you have to understand. That's why I said Miami in 7 if I had to pick Miami, because not if I had to pick Miami, because I wanted to pick Miami. But it's going to take 7. Because these I think the last time I saw a team that I thought was as good as and it's hard really to say, because the Warriors I knew for a fact was a championship caliber team with Kevin Durant and Steph Curry. And last year when they won it, I thought to myself, I said in multiple shows, I was like, the Warriors are going to win the finals this year. Even though I still thought that the Celtics was the better team, but not by a landslide. I just thought they was the better team because of their athleticism and defensive capabilities. I still picked the Warriors to win the finals. The last time that I could remember a team being, because man, this Nuggets team is great. It's gonna take one of the greatest efforts we done seen from an individual player and a team and a coach for Miami to win this game. But I do think if Miami want to take a positive from the game, I'm not really a moral victory type of dude. I think if you start to dwell in the moral victory type of thing, you start to become an illusionist and not really pay too much attention to the losses and delve into the facts and the reality of things. You start to create this illusion of a false reality. The more and more you become acceptable to moral victories. So I'm not really a fan of that. But if I had to give Miami one, it's the fact that they didn't get stomped out the building, because they could have with the poor shooting that they had on. Because when you shoot as poor as they did, on top of Denver shooting as poor as they did, you just got to count your blessings, bro. Because Denver really could have lit your ass up and got you out of there real quick. So, you know, I guess count your blessings on that for the people who like, it's just like when the LeBron fans was happy. Oh, you know, we lost game 1, but we got this. Yeah, and then proceeded to lose 3 of the next 3 games. So very interesting. But before I end the show, I want to talk about something real fast that I saw today when I was watching, getting caught up on a lot of the news of sports. JJ Reddick is an interesting individual, man. I'm telling you, man, this dude is ridiculous, man. And I got nothing against JJ Reddick, but man, this dude is ridiculous, bro. I should have said it earlier, but I wanted to wait. When I talked about, you know, sports, you want it to be entertaining, but you also wanted to have some type of educational factor, right? But you don't want to deal with somebody who just solely dive into the entertainment factor of the sport thing. You never learn shit from this month. He just an entertaining dude. That's JJ Reddick is the other side of that coin. Somebody who is so hardcore with the stats and the wanna be the biggest basketball nerd because he played the game, that it's annoying. Where it's no entertainment, because I do not think JJ Reddick is entertaining at all. But I do find him to be very fucking annoying at this point now. JJ Reddick said on First Take today with Kendrick, and I know it's easy to hate on Kendrick Perkins because he said a lot of irritating shit and he said a lot of stupid shit. But for JJ Reddick to tell Kendrick Perkins, and Kendrick Perkins is always going to be fighting down because the fans are going to naturally root for JJ Reddick. And even when JJ say stupid shit, they're going to agree with him over Kendrick Perkins. It's just how it's going to go. So he always going to be punching up. But the fact that this dude, JJ Reddick, said that he thought Jokić and Murray was the best duo in basketball in the playoffs in this season. For one, that's just a silly statement and a very recency bias statement. But then for Kendrick Perkins to call him out on and say, I didn't hear nobody beating that horn all year saying that this Denver team had the best duo, yada, yada. And for JJ Reddick to respond by saying I wasn't presented the question. What? Bro, you could have just made that statement multiple times. Like, JJ Reddick is being so recency biased right now. His recency bias is ridiculous right now. Like, JJ Reddick's condescending tone and shit a lot of times. Like, I'm so much smarter than everybody else. Like, bro, JJ Reddick is annoying as shit, bro. And, you know, to an extent, I would get it if JJ Reddick was on the level of like a Steph Curry or LeBron or somebody. I could see why somebody who was as great as that will be irritated by some of the stuff that happened on ESPN and that's said on ESPN. But you would think somebody on, like, come on, bro. Like, JJ Reddick might make the Hall of Fame because of his Duke career. Not because of his NBA career. Like, so for him to just, I'm so confused because, you know, I don't like it when an athlete go up to, like, as much as I hate it, as much as we, you know, we pro player show, we love athletes and we always gonna take their side. What I don't like is when an athlete go up to a reporter or to a analyst or a media member, even if they say something to you that you don't like, bruh. It's so many different ways for you to address them without saying something like, I played, your playing experience don't matter because you didn't make it to the pros, so you can't talk about this. That's never how it's gonna work, bro. For you, and for one to punch that low, to use that just ridiculous insult, like, oh, you didn't play the game and I did, so at a professional level, so I know it and you don't. Bruh, that just tell me that you a moron. And for one, JJ Reddick lucky that he said that shit to Stephen A. Smith, because Stephen A. Smith couldn't beat me, bro. Stephen A. Smith talk a lot of, talk a great game. But for him to let JJ Reddick come at him like that, and I understand Stephen A. Smith go at a lot of different people. He go at Jay Williams and all that type of shit. Man, I'm always going to be the motherfucker who get on here and say, fight back, bruh. Like, be professional, yes. But, bro, when he drop it low like that, get ready to do the limbo, my guy. Like, bruh, it's no shot, bro. I'm looking at you like, bro, you are not Ray Allen sitting across from me, my guy. Like, my dude, you is not Steph Curry sitting across from me, my guy. Like, bro, if we doing a draft right now, I'm taking Seth Curry over you, bro. Like, stop it, bro. I want Grayson Allen over you right now, bro. He gave me some toughness that you couldn't bring. Like, stop it, bro. Like, Jay... And then this, bro, you being dishonest when you say that you think Jokić and Murray was the best duo throughout the season. Because you didn't. It's no way you thought that, bruh. Not only could you not, and if you really thought that, bruh, how ignorant could you have been to think something like that? For a duo that has never proven that they was the best, they got no track record of being the best, you just randomly said to yourself, oh yeah, they the best this year. And it's very convenient to me how you now like to make this known when the playoffs hit. And I'm not opposed to people who really have legitimate thoughts about something and don't come out and say those thoughts. But usually throughout the year, you could tell they leaning towards that way in a sense. At no point in time until Denver Nuggets' success in the playoffs did you think that JJ Reddick felt the way he feel about the Denver Nuggets. But he loved to make it seem like he been on this Denver Nugget train all season, and it's everybody else who ignorant. Like, I saw that list the other day that Stephen A. made about the top box office players in the league, and JJ Reddick, Mad Dog's ignorant. I don't know why they still have his old ass on the thing. The dude tried to say Steph Curry wasn't the best, greatest shooter of all time. When you still got a dude on the TV who say ignorant, stupid shit like that, it make me wonder what, like, it showed me that ESPN care far more about the entertainment value than they do about actual people getting up there knowing what they're talking about. But JJ Reddick had a problem with him not having Jokić on it. I love Nikola Jokić. For JJ Reddick to keep acting so dishonest, bro. No, Jokić is not a top 5 box office star right now, bruh. And Stephen A. kept saying, bro, I'm not talking about skill. I'm not talking about talent. I'm talking about asses and seats. They show up when this dude play. Jokić is not top 5 compared to the dudes that he got. So, you know, bro, I don't understand, you know, ESPN's infatuation with JJ Reddick anymore. I don't understand. I get why Kendrick Perkins get irritated with JJ Reddick at this point. I now see it. You know, I thought Kendrick Perkins was silly for his Nikola Jokić thoughts. But I understand somebody feeling like they forced to have a certain type of opinion on somebody because somebody else's opinions is so ridiculous or so biased in a sense of recency bias, or just some people just say some of the most ridiculous shit. And I could see if Kendrick Perkins was so irritated with JJ Reddick over these last couple months where he just like, you know what, bruh? Fuck this. But hey, it is people out there who actually do vibe with Nikola Jokić. That's why he won MVP the last couple years. But to lie and say Nikola Jokić, see, this is where it separates. Because I'm not questioning people's love and adoration for Nikola Jokić. He demanded one MVP 2 years in a row and should have won it again this year, but that's okay because he going to get that finals MVP over Jimmy Bucket's dead body. But to then say you thought him and Murray was the best duo, bro, Murray literally said he thought he was on his way out because of his injury. But sure, JJ. This dude's ridiculous, bro. But with that being said, I appreciate y'all for joining me on another episode of Kicking It With Saint. Tell somebody you fuck with them. Tell somebody you love them. You can be anything in the world. Choose to be kind to somebody today. Saint out.
I got the moves like hot sauce. Lil' mama taking the top off. I'm laying down getting topped off. After this, you know she getting knocked off. I know she loving the money, so I keep on thumbing and thumbing. She say she horny when she taking shots, so I keep them coming and coming. Now I'm putting dick in her tummy. Scoop her up like I'm raking her something. You would think shawty red track, the way that she running and running. You getting dumber and dumber. You out here chasing the bone. After she finished from giving me dome, the Uber is taking her home. Tight.